Welcome guys to another video. So we just got a new leak where the buff on Jingliu will completely change her kit's scaling from attack scaling to HP scaling. So before we go over her kit, let's just talk a little bit about Blade as well. So there is leaks saying that Blade will get his multiplier change from scaling on both attack and HP to a full HP scaling. So there are players who are concerned about his synergy with Robin. That's because of the attack boost that Robin gives from her concerto state. So honestly, I don't think this will affect Blade that much because of how little Blade scales on attack. Some players have already done the calculations and it's just a 5% difference in the final damage output. So most of the things that Robin provides is the crit damage on fall of attack and the damage increase from her skill and the additional damage that Robin deals from her concerto state. So it probably wouldn't affect Blade that much, and if Blade ever get a increase in his modifiers, the buffs will probably outweigh the damage loss from the attack skillings. And now let's go over Jingliu. So if they ever change it from attack scaling to a full HP scaling, the first thing that it's going to affect is the relics. So if players who actually main Jingliu since day 1, they have probably min-maxed their relics to the point where they even have the perfect attack substats. And as for casual player, the only thing that they will have to swap around is probably the rope piece, because that's the only piece where you put attack on the main stat. The other is probably going to be just speed, ice damage bonus, and crit rate or crit damage. So they will probably have to refarm all the relics if they ever change it, and it will also affect the light cones as well. So her signature light cones will remain unaffected because of it just gives you crit damage and attack damage increase and defense ignore. So her signature remains unaffected. But the problem is for players who use the Fall of Aeon light cone, the Herda Shock light cone. So it provides quite a lot of attack. So if Jingliu players who didn't pull for signature and uses this light cone, they will probably have to change to another light cone. The Secret Vow is probably going to be the safest option, but we're still not sure if she's going to consume her own health or she will just consume her teammates' health. So there is still around 20 days before we get into the 3.4 beta, so there's still a lot of time left, so there will probably be a lot of changes. And as for the supports, so I have seen players who use Robin with Jingliu, and it will probably affect her a lot because of how Jingliu doesn't actually have follow-up attack. The only thing that benefits from Robin is the huge attack boost that she provides. So yeah, if she ever gets changed to HP scaling, the synergy between Robin is probably dead and you cannot use any of the attack buffers anymore, and you have to just switch to Sunday and Tribi. So funny thing is that my Blade still uses Bronya as a support even though she gives attack boost, so yeah. And as for other characters like Abundance, Ho will be affected as well because she provides attack boost in her ult. The energy boost will probably remain unaffected. She will probably still uses a normal energy system just like the other characters. And there's also a little bit of problem with Rocha's attack boost, his E1, but yeah, it's still too early to be concerned about this. We will just take a look and decide when the beta actually starts. Oh, also there's also leaks saying that the buffs are optional, so that means that you can actually choose if you want to buff the characters or not. So I hope that they make it so that we can actually toggle between the buff version and the unbuffed version, just like March 7 and the Harmony MC, where you have the option to switch between paths, and the buff characters can just switch between the buff and unbuffed version. So yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you guys for watching.